Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dynasty's Racing League's DRL TV. Tonight I am your host, David Wellborn. Hey, guess what? We're at Daytona. Ha-ha! We're here for 70 laps in the Grand National Series. Should be a fun and exciting race here tonight. Track temperatures are really good. We got 68 degrees on the outside. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the track temperature was around 70. The 68, wow, it cooled down. So we're going to have a lot of grip here tonight, but that's not going to be the story of the night. The story of the night is whether or not we go green. If we go green all the way, it's going to come down to who saves the most gas. If it doesn't go green, it's going to be a melee at the end, guaranteed. So everybody keep an eye out for this gentleman right here. It's James Larillo. James Larillo has been fast in practice all evening, but he's also been really aggressive. Look for him to be making some moves, especially if he gets up front. And let's see if I can find my guy real quick. I am a-looking. Now, how come... Dustin Jones. That is my pick to win the race here tonight. If he can keep that car out of trouble, get a good, decent qualifying run here tonight, I believe he stands a shot at winning this race. The reason I'm picking Mr. Jones is he's somebody who you don't normally see up front a lot. And when it comes to Daytona, that's exactly what he needs. He needs to be in a position to where he can win this race, and I believe he'll be able to do it just because our regulars are going to be really aggressive. I look for at least one big yellow. I really do expect to see that, and it looks like Dustin may be electing to start in the back, which is probably not a bad idea here, especially considering that you're going to get one shot at this and one shot only to avoid that big one. And the best way to do that is from the back. Now, another driver that's really fast here tonight is Sam Niederhelm. Now, he's got some connection issues. Looks like he's got a fender issue already. So, don't know how well he's going to be able to get a qualifying run here tonight. Let's see, another gentleman. Now this gentleman right here, he did win it last year. He won it just as the leaders wrecked in front of him. He come across the start-finish line in order to take last July's race away. James Pandolf. James Pandolf stands a really good shot at winning here tonight. If he can keep that car up front, keep it out of harm's way. Another big story we're going to be covering here tonight is heat. Heat from your engines are going to cause these cars to pop their motors really quick. Seen it in practice. Takes about 8 laps. If you don't keep air to the front end of that car, you will overheat, you will damage your engine, and most likely you will blow it. Doesn't take much here at Daytona. You get that car a little overheated, you can cause horsepower damage. You get it too overheated, you're going to be sitting on the back of a wrecker. Anyway, gentlemen and ladies, we are here for 70 laps. It should be a fun and exciting race. Looking forward to it. I have been looking forward to it. And if I'm not mistaken, we got well over 30 drivers, or right at 30 drivers in this race here tonight. So, but how about old Getty Buckner? Getty Buckner is currently sitting on the pole with 58 seconds to go. He may actually be able to hold off. He said he was just here to survive, but I believe he wants to win. So with that said, I think JP's already finished qualifying, and he has. So I'm going to quickly pull in James Pandolf and get a quick interview with him as our last year's winner. JP, you got a copy, my man?
Yes, I do.
Well, you come back here this year as a defending champion. You're currently 21st in qualifying. Thoughts and concerns going into this race?
Yeah, I had a poor qualifying effort. I'm going to be starting in the back of this one. Not really where I want to be starting because I want to try to stay at front in case there's a wreck. But you do never know where that wreck is going to happen. If it ends up in the front anyways, it won't matter. But looking forward to this one. 70 laps. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to make it back-to-back here in July and bring home the 74 Chevy to victory lane.
Well, good luck out there, brother, and congratulations on last year, and maybe you can two-time it.
Absolutely, and if it's not me, I hope it's one of my teammates at Bad Luck Racing. We got 5 cars here tonight, so it's going to be...
Well, it looks like all the teams got at least 5 cars here tonight, but good luck.
Thank you.
We'll move him back into Bad Luck Racing. And I'm going to quickly see if I can't grab our pole sitter. I don't normally do this a lot. You know, do a bunch of interviews as I am by myself. But I am going to try to get a quick interview with Getty Buckner. Getty Buckner, my man, you got a copy?
David Wellborn, I do. How you doing, man?
Well, for somebody that said he just wanted to survive and just ride around here tonight, it looks like you are going to start in a really good position.
Yeah, no, I mean, the plan is I'm going to start up front, and you know, hopefully I can get a lap lead, and then if things get dicey, I'll drop back. You know, there's really no safe place. For me, I like to either be in the top 5-ish, or you know, back behind that first pack until it's go time. So, yeah, my plan is to, you know, I always try to get that pole. That's why I have as many as I do this season. I'm pretty aggressive with qualifying, and if I can get that lap lead, that's a bonus. And as soon as things start to get a little sketchy, I'll drop back and go to race preservation mode because my goal is to finish, obviously.
Well, now you got a ringer sitting on your outside, Alexander Russell. You think he's going to be any competition for you here tonight?
I mean, every driver here is going to be, you know, competition, especially when it comes with to you know, restrictor plate racing. So,
well, how about the 32 sitting a couple rows back from you? You think he's going to be a handful tonight as well?
Absolutely. I know Wade Hustad is not a huge fan of restrictor plate racing, but I mean, it's I mean, with the way restrictor plate racing is now, it's mainly you're fast by committee, which means, you know, S2R has got like 6 or 7 drivers in here, and SGK has 5. So that's how you get fast at Daytona, is you have, you know, a whole crew, you know, pushing each other.
Well, good luck out there, and we're going to let you go so that you can get back into it. Good luck.
All right, good luck, David. Have a good broadcast, buddy.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go green flag racing here at Daytona for 70 laps. It should be a really fun and exciting race. As I mentioned, they're going to have to keep these cars cool. They're going to have to prevail by using their heads, avoid the big one. Unlike in real life at Daytona this week, the grass can actually be your friend here. You saw Taylor Butcher Benjamin do it last night. It's his first sign of trouble. He shot right through the grass, was able to keep that car up there for the rest of the night. Almost come away with a win. Great place to be, especially if you think anything's going to happen. It's always better to make that hard left through the grass than it is to try to drive through it. You don't want to try to drive through these wrecks. You might end up tearing your car up. It's a very good possibility that won't be the latter, trying to drive through it. As we get set to go green flag racing, pace car is ducked off.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag is out. And maybe Rod Fossenall did not get a qualifying lap in. I'm not sure what happened there, but he is already down pit road. Getty Buckner gets a really good jump and a good lead. Alexander Russell on the outside being pushed by Clay Phillips. And it looks like Andrew Short has decided he does not like what he sees already and has decided to go to the back. These drivers are going to try to get that high line moving. Low line is the preferred line here, especially in these Grand National cars. And I look to see a lot of guys trying to make that move on the outside. Get about 4 cars working together, drafting right. You can make that high line work here. We come back here in the back with Thomas Harmon. He's just sitting back here currently in the 24th position. Sitting back here with David Wright. The 18. I forget who the 18 is. Oh, I've seen smoke already. Get a better view. There we go. How about old Highline Springer running the low line here tonight? Now this thing's going to break up probably into 2 packs right in behind the 27 here. But that's most likely by design. I'm going to see if I can expand this so I can see what's going on. Cody Gatsky sitting in there in the 27. As you can see, you got a line right behind him. And that line is going to slowly but surely group up and just ride there in the back of the pack. We come back up to the front with Getty Buckner as he is being challenged by Alexander Russell on the outside, and Clay Phillips is doing everything he can to get him by. You got Chris Stouffer up there and behind Mr. Phillips as well. Mike Lemon pushing on the outside. Harrison Chandler. So we got Getty Buckner, Ryan Gimbel, Seth Hatchell, and Wade Hustad. JP's found his way up already into the 10th position. Moving and shaking already, JP. Way to go, brother. You got Spencer Tart right behind him in the 98. And Thomas Harmon in the 18. Now that's something you don't see every day. Wade Hustad and JP working together. Mike Lemon drops down to the bottom. Don't see a lot of 3-wide racing just yet, but they are 2x2, about, I don't know, 5 or 6 rows deep. JP moving his way on up as he finally got around Wade Hustad. And Fastenal's back out on the track. These leaders have got to watch out for that. We saw it last night. Leaders come up on a lap car and he blew right in front of the leaders. Looks like he makes it through okay. I don't know what is 8 laps into this race, Wade Hustad dropping to the back. Does not like what he sees. Alexander Russell, Getty Butner still battling it out. Russell did get that last lap led. Awesome driving by these boys. Looks like Chris Stouffer was thinking about making it 3 wide. Don't know if I want to try to shoot the middle by myself. That's a good way to go backwards, especially here at Daytona. I got me some coffee, sitting back relaxing. Need some popcorn for this. Alexander Russell way out. Doesn't give up his wingman though. He stays on the outside there to keep pulling Clay Phillips along. Not sure if they're in the same chat or not. Take a quick look and see. Alexander Russell is actually teammates with PJ O'Leary, and I do believe PJ is in this race here tonight. He's currently in 27th position. He's riding back here in the back. Not a bad move. Larillo really surprises me. I thought that he and Hesgard would start up front here tonight, but doesn't look that way. Sam Niederham's really experiencing some technical issues with his internet. We ride on board with Nathan Pollard sitting right behind Andrew Short in that pretty pink car. Takes a real man to wear pink, that's for sure. So we head back up front. Getty Butner doing an awesome job leading this race here tonight. Hanging in that top 10 is going to be the key. You got to be here at the end, that's for sure. Looks like everybody's using their heads. There's not a lot of aggressive moving going on. Not a lot of aggressive driving. But I believe everybody's still got it in the back of their mind. When is the big one coming? Awesome. PJ just hanging in the back. JP looking to try to make something happen. He's all over the back end of Mike Lemon. As these cars are starting to separate just a little bit back here in the back. Maybe they know something I don't. That second group is forming up back here in the back. And I believe Wade Hustad is back here leading that pack. They are just riding as Hustad is sitting back here about a half a second off of the back end of these other drivers. As we sit back and look at the way they're just riding around back here in the back. Got to imagine that at some point you got to start thinking about saving fuel. And this driver right here, Alexander Russell and Getty Butner, neither one of them are saving fuel out there on leading both of these lines. As we get closer and closer to this thing, I don't believe you can make it 40 laps. I believe about 35 is all you're going to get. That will put you about 5 laps short. And if you're leading this thing, it might even put you about 7 laps short. But as of right now, everybody seems to be using their heads for something other than a hat rack. See that outside line work, and then give it up just a little bit. Every once in a while, Alexander Russell will lead that lap on the outside. Getty Butner's not holding anything back as he's got Ryan Gimble pushing him down the front stretch to cross the start-finish line. And he's going to need that to happen on the last lap if he wants to win this race. The sun is setting here tonight at Daytona, and when we finish this race, we will be completely under the lights. This track temperature should be cooling down. Side Darius Jackson in. I can't believe this is a scheduled pit stop. Unless he planning on short pitting. But you short pit like that by yourself, probably not a good thing. He's 10 laps down. So he's not short pitting. Let's see if he's got car damage. Not sure what's going on with him. Car seems to be fine. I see smoke. I seen a lot of smoke. Not sure what that was from. How about old Alexander Russell? He's got way out there in front of Getty. He could take that bottom if he wanted it, but he is sticking with Clay Phillips on the outside. They got to be working together. As Russell does lead that lap. Darius Jackson now back out on the track. A lot of, as we talked to Getty Butner earlier, there's a lot of teams that's got a bunch of cars in this race. S2R, SGK, Bad Luck Racing. All these teams have got at least 4, if not more, cars working with them on the track. Some of them's got even 6 or 7. That's the way you're gonna win it. You gotta have friends when you're out here at Daytona and Talladega. You got friends all the way up until that last 2 laps to go. After that, it's no holds bar. As it looks like, you got about 16 or 17 cars in this first pack. '91 or King Cop is the last car in this pack. I wish my timing screen over here worked. So that is 16 cars in that lead pack. Getty Butner doing an awesome job here tonight for the first 22 laps of this race. I guess the story is going to be who can get on and off of pit road, who's going to come with who's going to work together, who's going to make the least amount of mistakes getting on and off of pit road. That's going to be a key here tonight if we keep a green flag going. If we do get a green flag going, that splash and go is going to mean everything, because you're going to need it here at the end, especially if you're Alexander Russell or Getty Butner. They cannot make it on one stop. Nobody can, but they are going to need more gas than anybody else out here on the track as they continue to lead both of these packs, and they are burning up fuel. These other drivers that are back here, like say Chris Stouffer. We'll jump on board with Chris Stouffer and y'all can listen in and see what he's doing. Now he's bumping the 6 car, Clay Phillips, but you can hear him get on and off the gas. You hear him letting off the gas ever so gently, and that actually is saving him some fuel. Not to mention he's in the draft as well. So we're looking at about 10 more laps to go before they need to come down pit road. They have about 10 more laps to go, and then they will definitely all be headed down pit road. Not a lot of moving around out here that I see, other than James Pandolf. I mean, see if I can't bring that back up one more time. James Pandolf started this race in 22nd, and he's currently in the 9th spot in that top 10, which is where he needs to be. So pretty much doing everything he can to try to put himself in position to walk away with a win here tonight. Side there's Jackson out of the way on the bottom of the track, letting these leaders go by. I'd like to see Mike Lemon get up just a little bit closer to the 86. But then again, he knows what he's doing. Getting right on the back end of somebody like the 86 is doing right there kind of tends to make that engine run a little hot. Looks like everybody is still keeping with the plan. This front pack here is riding around, hoping they don't have trouble. And the guys back here in the back, like these gentlemen right here, and they're looking and saying, well, where's it going to happen at? When's it going to happen? And see, they just riding around. Plenty of distance between each cars. Staggered out pretty much. Hesgard all on his own. Every once in a while, Wade Hustad will drop down in there and catch a little bit of his draft, but they're just riding. And that's got to be worrisome. Don't know where the smoke is coming from, but every once in a while I will see it pop up on the screen. High line Springer, where he wants to be, in that high line. How about old Dustin Jones, my pick for the night? Huh. Currently in the 12th position, I believe he is. Or not. Dustin Jones is currently in the 15th position. Oh, 3 wide. Here we go. There it is. That ain't gonna work.
Yellow flag.
And that was Spencer Tart involved in that. Let's see if I can't grab a quick replay. He makes it 3 wide and tries to cut down in front of Falsenall and was not able to make that work. Now he thinks he has a hole and just was not clear. And looks like they're still going to end up drawing short on that fuel. As the leaders will be coming down pit road, everybody will be coming down pit road. But that's going to really pull them short. They're going to, everybody's going to have to come back down pit road one more time if this thing stays green. Spencer Tart got a lot of rear end damage out of that. Check out the 10 car. See how much damage he actually got out of it. He got some front end damage out of it, it looks like. Wow. I can find everything but what I'm looking for. There we go. Yeah, he got quite a bit of damage. Getty Butner making his way into the pit road. '88 of Lindahl. Guy not sure what happened there. Maybe he missed his pit box. Butner able to get out in front of this field. Now Lovett and Lindahl both will be coming down pit road. Lovett doing the smart thing, staying out to get a lap led. And the '88 is coming back down pit road. I'm not sure what happened. I think he might have missed his pit box, to be honest with you. There's no way. Lovett. Are you expecting a yellow? Because he did not come down pit road. Wow. I don't think I would have made that call. You know, pit road's definitely open. Hesgar back down pit road. Hesgar with damage, it looks like. He spent 1 minute and 10 seconds on there. Let's see what happened to Hesgar's. Car looks good. I don't see any damage at all. Maybe he just come back down pit road and topped off with fuel one more time. And sat there until everybody got by. Possible. Anything's possible. But the story is this 14 car of Lovett. I'm really not sure what he's thinking. If he doesn't come down pit road this time, not sure the strategy behind this. You've got to be hoping for a yellow within the next 6 or 7 laps. You couldn't have saved that much fuel. So Matthew Lovett out there on 34 lap old tires and running really low on fuel and did not come down pit road. And the lights are out on the pace car. So, yeah. Interesting development here. Getty Buckner is electing to start on the outside, it looks like. Because he knows something's up with the 14. Don't want to be held up. Of course, now tires really don't matter too much, as me and Getty was talking about here at Daytona. But it's the fact that in about 6 laps, that 14 car is going to be out of fuel. Not unless he added an extra fuel tank. How about old JP? Restarting this race in 7th position. Got on and off pit road really good. Lorillo back down pit road. 52 seconds for something. Once we get going, I'll go look and see if Larillo got any damage in that wreck. And don't believe he did, but that's got to be a strategy with S2R. Coming back down pit road second and third time just to top off for fuel.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag's out. And the 86 is Seth Hatchell pushing Matt Lovett. Getty Butner dropping to the bottom. Alexander Russell and Clay Phillips doing what they've been doing this whole race. Staying on that outside. And they got Harrison Chandler. There he comes. What is he doing? Wow. He's got to be coming down pit road. I don't think I would want him to make a green flag stop. But that leaves Seth Hatchell the opportunity to lead a lap here tonight. Now these cars are going to get lined up once this breakaway stops. Chandler down to the bottom. He decided he wants to ride on the bottom for a few. Maybe he can get around Alexander Russell and get pushed up here to the lead. Four cars, five cars in that top line. Not sure that's going to work. But my man Dustin Jones, he's hanging out there on the outside. Currently riding in the 13th position. He's made his way up almost to the top 10. Getty Buckner looking, hoping that Hatchell makes a mistake. Alexander Russell doing a lot of side drafting. Try to get that car back up to the front. You got Cody Gasky and Dustin Jones back here in 12th and 13th position, just riding around. And Rod Fossenall is bringing up that second pack. Now, he does have damage on the front end of his car. But this is what I want to look at right here. What are these gentlemen doing? And they're just sitting back here again, riding around. You got Andrew Marsh. You got the 01 of Cornwett, Hesgard, Larillo, Edwards. All these gentlemen are thinking one thing. Wade Hustad as well. There is another wreck coming. Hustad rounding up the end of this pack here. He knows that there's another wreck coming. We get back up front. Seth Hatchell still leading this race. Rod Fossenall, even with that damage, is still able to hang on to the tail end of this field here, as he's right on the back end of Cody Gatsky. David Wright hanging out there in the 4th position on the outside. I do love that paint job he's switched over to. A little bit of mix-up last night with him and de Blasio. De Blasio decided he was going to come up the track and didn't really give Mr. Wright much of an option there, as Wright is looking to make it 3 wide on the outside, and he's got Highline Springer going with him. In the wall goes Wright, comes across the nose of Springer.
Caution, yellow flag.
Cody Gatsky's involved. My driver, 39, involved. And that is not what I wanted to see from Dustin Jones. Let's see if we can't see what happens. Once I get what I want to see. Now they got a head of steam going here. Oh, maybe netcode got him. Looked like the 11 might have netcoded him into the wall. Not sure what happened there. Let's see if we can't get an interview with Mr. Wright once he gets down pit road. And see if he seems to think there was actual contact or if it was actual netcode. I believe it was netcode, to be honest with you. It's what it looked like on my end anyway. Give him time to get his car, see if he's going to take any damage and get back out there the way it is, or if he's going to sit on pit road. If he's going to sit on pit road for a minute, I'll quickly grab him. And I believe he is going to sit on pit road. Mr. Wright, you got a copy, my man?
Yeah, stand by 1 second.
10-4. Ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting for an interview from Mr. Wright.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead. Sorry, I was reviewing some footage.
Yeah, that's what we were doing up here as well. It looked to me like the 11 car net-coated you into the wall. Is that what you saw?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a better look at it. That's kind of what it does look like. He may have net-coated up.
There definitely wasn't no contact with you, but just as soon as he come up the track just a little bit, the next thing I know, you're into the wall, and it looked like you were forced there. Don't know.
I was looking at the replay. I held my line. The 11 car did come up, so that's just all there is to it. I mean, they weren't going on the outside line, and I got tired of waiting, so I made a run to the outside, and they just couldn't hold their line.
Well, we were just talking about the mishap that you had last night, and just looked like Daytona's going to be your cup of tea here this week.
That happens. You know, that's racing. That's racing, and that's plate racing. It's just one of those things.
How
So
bad are
just,
you damaged?
my night's done for the most part. So I'll be riding around, but I'll be lapped down, and I won't be full speed. So that's just the way it goes.
10-4. Shout outs. Get them in, get them out. No, you got them.
I got to thank DPR, obviously, and everybody at Dynasty Racing League for what they do and y'all do in the booth. So enjoy racing, enjoy running here. Just having a string of bad luck is all it is.
All right, Mr. Wright. Well, hope you at least salvage a decent finish out of this. I know you're just out here riding around, though.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes.
That's just plate racing.
Yes, sir. Good night.
All right, have a good.
Dysfunctional Patriots. Here we go. Well, that's unfortunate for Mr. Wright, but good news is everybody can make it now on the end of this race. Nobody has to come back down pit road for fuel unless they just want to. And I know me. My bed's made. I'm laying in it, and I'm running what I got. As this man right here, Getty Buckner, is looking to get back into the lead position as he is currently running in the top 10. Now we do have the top 9 cars did decide to stay out. That's Seth Hatchell, Ryan Gimbel, Chris Stoper, David Lindahl, Wade Hustad, Sam Niederhelm, Ryan Hesgard, Spencer Tart, and Thomas Harmon all decided to stay out. Not sure what they're thinking. Maybe they're hoping for another yellow. I don't know that they can make it on fuel. But this man right here in the 86 is going to have to pray that he can make it. Or pray for a yellow, because if this thing goes green, those top 10 cars are definitely going to have to come back down pit road, as the lights are out on the pace car and we are set to go back green flag racing. Seth Hatchell and Ryan Gimbel, Chris Stofer, David Lindahl, Wade Hustad is our top 5.
Green, green, green.
And the green flag's out. And we are back green flag racing once again. Now this puts a whole new twist on everything. You got drivers that were in the back, now in the front. The drivers in the front, now in the middle of the pack. That high line just did not get going. Look at Wade Hustad. He's looking to make something happen on that outside. But old Sam Niederhelm, one of the fastest guys in practice. His connection seems to have settled down a little bit. He is currently riding around in the 4th position as he's got Hesgard all over the back end of him. Hesgard gets a really good run. Oh, Lindahl looking to make a move. They racing like it's the last lap now. Now we got the 86 of Hatchell and the 77 of Stouffer. Both of those drivers are out just a little bit further than I would have liked to see in front of this pack. That's going to give Sam Niederhelm and Hesgard an opportunity. If Sam Niederhelm can get that car up underneath them, we might see them two going in the middle and going backwards. Wade Hustad all over the back end of David Lindahl. Simply just pushing him around this track. Now Wade ain't got nothing to lose. He is here just for the win. He is not here for points. He's trying to redeem himself from last night. Had a really good car. Got caught up in a mess. Not quite his own making, but it never is at Daytona. Well, the Elvin car decided he's seen enough. Gimmel drops down to the inside. Leaves Wade Hustad to hang on the high side all by himself. But guess what? These S2R drivers are lining up. You got Wade Hustad. You got Ryan Hesgard. You got the 18 of Thomas Harmon. I tell you right now, the new cars get together and they get a shot at winning this race. And they're going to do it. Wade Hustad, just as I said that, decides that he wants to bottom. Stouffer looking to make a move to the outside. A lot of shaking and moving going on up front with 20 laps to go. And they keep racing like this. Should be really fun and exciting to see these guys make some moves up front. Stouffer well out front, sticking with David Lindahl. Now they move, both of them move down in front of the 86 of Himmel, giving a really non-choice for Hesgard and I don't know why I can't remember Harmon in the 18. But you got Clay Phillips there on the high side with them. If those three work together, I'd be looking to see the 2 and the 18 making the same move that Stouffer and Lindahl just made. And I believe that's Spencer Tart right there with James Pandolf. So now we got a bunch of cars up top. And I made the prediction right. Hesgard and Thomas Harmon did make that move on the outside. Now it looks like Clay Phillips and James Pandolf is looking to do the same. They're going to need some help from Spencer Tart and from Alexander Russell, who's been up front all night tonight. Alexander Russell on that high side, leading this pack for most of the night on the outside. Now our defending champion, Clay Phillips, is looking to come home with a win here tonight as well. But our defending race winner, JP, he wants to take it away from him. And nobody wants to see Hesgard win this race, right? I don't think any fans out there like to see Hesgard win this race. I'm not looking at chat right now, but I can just imagine. Oh, James Pandolf gets shoved to the outside, 3 wide. As Alexander Russell makes an aggressive move. Oh, wow. Pandolf shoved into the wall by the 80, not being able to hold his line. Bounces off of the PJ O'Leary. We'll take another quick look at that. As I don't know why I can't never find the camera I'm looking for. Alexander Russell makes that strong move to the inside, puts his door slam 2, and that'll do it for JP. Doesn't look like he's got a lot of damage, but he definitely went to the far end of this pack. Now he's back here with Kingcott and Fastenal, hopefully going to try to salvage this race. Now he's going to need a yellow to get back in this thing. As Clay Phillips and Spencer Tarter working the outside, trying to get past Hesgard and Harmon. This should be a fun and exciting race here for these last 14 laps. As it looks like Harmon is thinking about hanging out his man on the inside. Now, just like in NASCAR, that yellow line is out of bounds. If we review and you gain a position and do not give it up, points will be deducted. Awful close racing there with Harmon and Phillips, as Phillips is doing everything he can to side draft to try to get that lead away from Hesgard. Now we have had 2 yellows for 8 laps. Track temperatures come up 1 degree. Air temperatures went down 1 degree. Spencer Tart all over the back end of Clay Phillips. As we're coming up on a lapper. That's Way Hustad. Hang on to it, Alexander Russell. Watch it. Got to be careful there. Now we got James Larillo. Now we didn't talk much about him during the race, but he has actually moved his way up into the top 10. And he is right there in position with the rest of his S2R buddies. You got Bill Edwards right behind him. Spencer got a little loose getting in. Don't know that I've seen that all night long, but it sure did cause him to check up just a little bit. Alexander Russell trying to make something happen. He's wanting to get back to the lead of this pack. He knows he can get around Hesgard if he can get there. 10 laps to go. Oh, P.J. O'Leary all hard into the wall. A lot of damage on that. Not sure why it went there. But let's see if I can't rewind it and get to what I wanted to see. As we're riding along with P.J. O'Leary, let's see what happens with him. Really? Oh, internet connection shoved him up the track. Wow. So that's what you do. That's what happens when it comes to internet racing. You get a bad connection, forces you to check up. His screen must have froze or something. as this battle still continues with Clay Phillips and let me see, Spencer Tart trying now to get around Hesgard and Harmon. And I believe Christopher was really thinking hard about making that thing 3 wide right there. But he decided to back out of it and save it for another 3 laps. As this race is slowly but surely coming to a close, ladies and gentlemen. As they come up on this lap pack right here, it's going to be really tight getting around here with these 3 wide. Wright's in that pack, Jones and Niederhelm. And I believe everybody's going to make it through safely. It's time to go fast or go home now, gentlemen. As Larillo heard me speak, and he is trying to make a move on the outside. And he does have Bill Edwards there to help him. And look at that. Chandler decided he was going to shoot the middle. And he made it work. Oh, Spencer Tart. Wow. An aggressive move there on the outside of Alexander Russell. Oh, was that hard contact or not? I can't tell. But Chandler, let me get back on board with Spencer Tart real quick and do a far chase. I want to see if there was actual contact there with Spencer Tart and Chandler, just to see what's happening here. Now, he gets tagged really hard by Alexander Russell, but saves it, which slows that outside line down just a little bit. Oh, 88 tags Chandler and forces him up the track. Spencer was forced to back out of it. And that puts Spencer Tart, if I'm not mistaken, that puts him all the way back into 20th position. Wow.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, wreck in front of him. Ooh, and he was not able to clear it. Wow. Now let's see. I have no idea where that wreck started. '01. The 86, huh? That was our leader, or he was pretty close to the front. All right, we're riding along. With Hatchet. And you got Larillo on the outside. Oh, wow. Alexander Russell gets turned by Larillo. Oops. You rewind that just a little bit more and see if we can't get another look at that. It's a big checkup. There's a checkup with Clay Phillips. And he was forced to check up to keep Stouffer. Stouffer was trying to make a move. All this happens right here in the front with the leaders. And it comes down to a simple mistake, and the high line being forced to check up like that ends up causing a big wreck. I hate this goddamn software. Now the question is, do you come down pit road? I see a lot of people did, but those were the people that was involved in the wreck. I think they got what they got, and they're going to race it out here for these last 2 laps. We are going to get a restart for a green-white checker for sure. So this race is not over. Stouffer has a shot at winning this race. He was in front of Hesgaard just as the caution come out. So Hesgaard's not walked away with it yet. Harmon's still here. He's looking for a win. I can't tell. Clay Phillips. And, you know, we got Spencer Tart. I mean, Larillo's still in this mix as well. We are going to get a green-white checker. This race is not over. It will not finish under yellow. How about David Lindahl? He's currently riding in 5th position. Has a shot at walking away with this. He started 6th. Or no, that's not him. Started 13th. He is currently in 5th position. Clay Phillips got some rear end damage from being tagged in the back end on that checkup. Not sure if he knows it or not, but it's going to be a white knuckle when it comes to this ending of this race here. Hesgaard's wanting it. Stouffer needing it. Thomas Harmon just here to race. You know, and anything can happen. These front 3 can get together. Give Mr. Phillips an opportunity to walk away with this thing. So we currently our current point standings right now, Hesgaard is winning over Getty Butner, Larillo, Matt Lovett, Ben Izinga, Bill Edwards, Mike Clement, and Clay Phillips. Clay Phillips needing this win to be locked in. He stands a really good shot at doing so. Because anything can happen when we go back green flag racing. Our current leader is Chris Stouffer. The light should be going out this time by triggering our green-white checkered. I look to see Hesgaard try to make an aggressive move here to try to get in front of Chris Stouffer. Maybe catch him sleeping just a little bit. I haven't talked really much about Harrison Chandler, but he has been up front all night. Car's still in pretty good condition. He stands a really good shot at walking away with this as well. I see he does have a little bit of left front fender damage. And old Getty Butner, he's just riding around, top 9. He said he just wanted to survive after leading most of the laps here tonight to start with. Looks like he may get his opportunity to do just that. As the lights are out, Face guard is getting ready to duck in, and we will go green flag racing for a green-white checker. Time to pull them seatbelts tight.
Green.
Green flag's out. This is the final lap. I think that thing's lying to me like it did to Getty Butner last night. They make this lap. Hesgard was able to get pushed by Phillips to take over the lead. Chandler all over the back end of Clay Phillips, hoping to do the same thing. Larillo looking to the outside. Getty Butner just looking.
Caution, yellow flag.
And that's the end of the race, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know why it's saying Stouffer won this thing, but I'm pretty sure Hesgard got it. Hesgard, Phillips, and Stouffer are going to be our race winners. Or at least our top three anyway. Unofficially, Hesgard, Clay Phillips, Chris Stouffer, Harrison Chandler, James Larillo, Thomas Harmon, David Lindahl, Getty Buckner, Mike Lemon, and Gary Cornwett are going to round out our top 10. That's our leader right there in the points. Wins another race. Still got $5 for anybody who wants to claim it. Clay Phillips did an awesome job. Going to get some points gained here tonight. Hesgard looking to make a lap. As he celebrates his victory yet again. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is win number 8, 7, 6, something like that. Let's see if it'll give it to me. It's probably not. ATVO is completely locked up since the beginning of this race. There it is. This is win number 7 for Mr. Hesgard. That's the way to do it. Burn it down through the grass, Earnhardt style. We're going to quickly pull Mr. Hesgard in and get his interview real quick. Mr. Hesgard, my main man, what's up?
Hi there.
How about that? Another win.
Not bad, huh?
And number 7. And you didn't run out of gas.
Not even close. We were good.
Well, walk us through that last little bit. Thinking how hard it was going to be to get around Stouffer?
I thought I kind of got robbed there when that caution came out. I thought for sure I was ahead of him. So if Stouffer would have taken the outside, I think he would have had a little bit more help than he did. I mean, him taking the inside split Tom and I up, and Tom was committed. So you need that bump on that last restart, and guy's not going to bump a guy past a teammate. So glad I had one there with me, that's for sure.
Well, win number 7, awesome job. Rode in the back, kept your car clean, brought it up front when you needed to. Awesome job, awesome race. Thoughts and concerns going into next week? Where are you
No, I
next
think
week?
we're going to be Kentucky next week.
Kentucky, that's right.
We're going to be strong next week. We've already been doing some practice. So, I expect the guys to run up front week in and week out, and hopefully we can give another good showing next week.
Well, you never cease to amaze me at being in the right place at the right time. So, congratulations again on win number 7. Shout-outs, man. Get them in, get them out.
Yeah, big thanks to you guys in the booth, week in and week out. I know what type of work you guys put in. We appreciate it as drivers. So thank you to all involved with the broadcast. Big thanks to the admins of DRL, all the BS they put up with week in and week out. They're the ones that make the show go on. So big thank you to them. Big thank you to SGK for all the practice sessions that they host for us and the practice that they allow us to come in and run with them. And then last but not least, I always ended on my teammates. And without them tonight, I don't know if we're even in the top 5. So big thanks to those guys.
10-4, Mr. Hesgard, congratulations on your win. See you back here next week for the same thing.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Drop him back down into S2R as I'm looking for Mr. Phillips. Mr. Phillips is right here in Bad Luck Racing, and Mr. Phillips had some really good luck here tonight as he started this race. Well, let me see where you started at, Mr. Phillips.
I started 4th.
Started 4th. You're going to finish this race in 2nd. Not a bad job here tonight. Almost walked away with a win. Walk us through it.
Yeah, just trying to take it easy. The first race of the year, I ran up front most of the time. Normally, I try to stay in the back, qualify in the back, but qualified up front, ran up front, and I liked the results. So I figured I'd do the same here, and it's just what I did, slowly and methodically, just ran down the laps, and then made sure I had a good pit stop. Kept me up front, and then I ended up taking tires when a lot of people wouldn't. And that put me in the back a little bit, and I was a little worried then. I was able to shuffle my way up to the front again, and then put myself in position to get 2nd place, which is pretty awesome coming off my vacation. Daytona, it's always a little worrisome, and it's a great finish, and I'm glad I was able to get it. Would have loved to have 1st.
Oh, I know that's right. I'm getting 1st tomorrow night, so ain't going to worry about that too much. But I want to ask you about that little incident right there that brought out the yellow, the big checkup. I believe it was Stouffer almost getting into Hesgard and forcing you to check up really hard. Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, it's just I mean, there's just a lot of momentum. I checked up, and the guys behind me had a heck of a lot more momentum than I did, and they just couldn't check up fast enough. I'm definitely gonna go back and rewatch that. I want to see what happened. But yeah, that was definitely a scary moment. I thought I was goner.
It almost been horrendous. I thought Stouffer was going to turn Hesgard when he come down, and then you cracked the throttle, and it was really hard work for me to finally actually figure out what was going on in that wreck. But you did an awesome job. You took a little bit of rear end damage, but you still walked away with a top 2 finish. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout outs. Get them in, get them out.
Thank you for the broadcast, and just DRL Racing League. It's fun to be a part of. It's good to be back. I would have loved to race last week, but yeah, just the way it is. And I'll be missing one more race the second week of August. So I love this league. It's a great league. Everybody who's a part of it, shout out to all you. It's fun to be a part of.
Well, you're still currently in the points standing, so not a bad job there. All you need is a win, man, and I believe you'll be in contention for the playoffs.
Oh yeah, it's another reason I was really wanting this one. I think I would have had it too if it would have gone green. I think I would have had it. I was gonna pinch Hesgard as tight as I could get him.
Well,
I wasn't gonna let him come off that yellow.
I done told you how I'd do it, but y'all don't listen to me, and nobody wants to claim $5. So anyway,
Yeah.
Congratulations on your second place finish, my man.
All right, thanks. Have a good night.
Yep. It's Bad Luck Racing he was in. Yeah. Move him back down. I think I put him in the right spot. Yeah, I did. All right, we got to find Mr. Stouffer. I wonder where he's at. Mr. Stouffer, where can you be? I know he's here. I saw him just a second ago. Are you kidding me? He's above me and I'm looking below me. Wow. Let me see if I can't get rid of this out of my way. Wow. Christopher, where are you? Mr. Stouffer, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Wow, man. Started 6th, finished 3rd. Almost had a melee right there at the end. Trying to get past Hesgard. Still finished in a pretty respective spot. Did you think Hesgard was going to get by you on that last lap?
Well, I had no idea what was going to happen on that green-white checkered at the end there. I was hoping the car behind me was going to be able to give me enough of a push to keep me up front, but to stay up front for 2 laps, the high line I knew was probably going to clear me at that point. So, I mean, we didn't get to run that last lap there. Never know what could have happened, but I'll take 3rd any day of the week.
Well, it's not going to be bad for you here tonight. So, I mean, you are in this for the points, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not a bad points night for you. You didn't knock the king off of his horse yet, but somebody's going to get $5 eventually. I know it.
Well, we came close. If we didn't have that green-white checkered, iRacing scored me in front of him there. But yeah, I just tried to stay up front. Try to stay out of trouble all night. That one time that Clay gave me a bump, I think, got me all out of whack, and I was able to save it, but I saw him wrecking behind me, so I feel bad that happened. I'm sure Clay does too, but yeah, it's what happens here at these restrictor plate tracks. It's like 200 miles an hour, and then next thing you know, cars flying everywhere.
Yeah, when you get that accordion effect, especially on the outside, it doesn't take much for a wreck to happen like that, for sure. I thought you was sure enough going to be all into the side of Hesgard when that happened. But luckily, you and Clay Phillips decided to check up just enough, but everybody else didn't get the memo and caused a melee behind you. Shout-outs, man. Get them in, get them out.
Well, shout out for putting it on, and for you for broadcasting, man. Wife and kids for letting me do this, and yeah, it was good race, good win.
Well, thoughts and concerns going into next week at Kentucky?
Stricter plate tracks, that's for sure. I don't really like them too much, but yeah, I'll be happy to get back onto a regular oval for sure.
Thoughts and concerns going into the next week at Kentucky?
Yeah, did you not get a copy there? Yeah, I'll be looking forward to it next week. Get back onto a regular track. I'm not a big fan of these restricted plate tracks, so it'll be good to get back to where there's a lot more.
10-4. You were breaking up just a little bit, but we caught the gist of that. Congratulations on your top 3 there, Mr. Stouffer, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here next week.
All right, thank you.
Where do you want me to put you back at?
Cut out, man. Thank you.
put you in race. There you go. He's gone. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude this broadcast. Unofficially, and probably most likely really officially, Ryan Hesgard wins his race. He leads 15 laps. Clay Phillips did get a lap led, so he gained a little bit of air on point status. Comes away with second. Christopher. Third, Harrison Chandler. Way to go, Harrison. Nice job. Staying out of trouble. Come home in the top 4. James Larillo started in the back. Gets the top 5. Thomas Harmon. 6, Getty Buckner. Started on the pole. Led 19 laps. Not quite where he wanted to be, but he's in the top 10. He's not lost really much, and he decided he was going to actually finish the race, and he did it. David Lindahl, 8th. Andrew Short, who did not want me to pick him for the win here tonight. It's a good thing, because if I'd have picked him, he'd have probably won. Mike Lemon, 10th. Gary Cronowet, 11th. Ryan Gimble, 12th. Bill Edwards, 13th. Nathan Pollard, 14th. Randy Baker, 15th. P.J. O'Leary, 16th. James Pandolf, after that contact, comes home 17th. Seth Hatchell, 18th. Richard Springer, 19th. Eric Weatherholtz, 20th. Not the night Eric was looking for, I'm sure. Alexander Russell, high line runner all night, got 13 laps led, ends up coming home 21st. Matt Lovett, 22nd. Sam Niederhelm, 23rd. Rod Fastenal, 24th. David Wright, 25th. Spencer Tart, 26th. Brett Kingcott, 27th. Wade Hustad comes home 28th. My pick for the night, Dustin Jones, comes home 29th. 30th, Cydarius Jackson. Rounding out our field is Cody Gatsky. 31 drivers took the field here tonight. Only one survived it long enough to win the race. Yeehaw! Way to go, Hesgard. As always, we want to thank the owner, James Pandolf, for putting this together. Financially, marketing, all the good stuff that he does here for this league. Even broadcasting as well. The graphics department, we can't do this without Martin Wenzel or Jordan Gonzalez. Thank y'all both for everything that you do. All the graphics works. Martin, great job. Broadcasters, myself, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, and James Pandolf. Race control, Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, James Pandolf, Robbie Armstrong, Dakota Wilkins, Ryan Hesgard, Jeremy Hebel, Richard Springer, and Eric Weatherholtz. The administrators are James Pandolf, Getty Buckner, Martin Wenzel, Ryan Branch, and David Welborn Jr., myself. Shout-outs. If you got a problem, come to us. We're in Red and Discord. If you think something can be better, make the racing better, and you're not in Discord, hit JP up on the webpage. The link is always in the description below. Again, if you like these races, click and subscribe. If you really like these races, hit the bell and you can be notified when we go live. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude tonight's broadcast. I am David Welborn, and I will see you back here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me do this. Daytona is going to be tomorrow night. It ain't no sense in coming out and watching the race because I'm going to win it. But seriously, folks, we would love to see you come out tomorrow night. We're going to be at Daytona for 60 laps. It's going to be awesome in the trucks. A lot of beating and a banging is going to happen. Got to be a lot of close calls. Them trucks are really nice to drive, and it's going to be a really fun race to watch. So I do advise anyone and everyone to come out and watch the trucks. Our next race is going to be at Kentucky in this Grand National Series. We will be there July the 16th. Now that I got all that out of the way, now we're going to conclude the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Good night and God bless. And see you back here tomorrow night for DRL TV.